And this is what I'll be talking about, these lies. You know what I'm saying? This is part 2 of reading this crap. Okay. It says, as well, the association with criminal and fighting element make the American Cane Corso a breed of all ill repute among the Molossola enthusiasts. And I have to stop right there. I don't even want to read no more of this crap, because this is crap right here. So, let me get this right. See, this is what I was saying about this individual taking pot shots at Mike Satilli Jr. And this is a personal thing. This is not actual fact. This is not the true. This is not the history of the American dogs. This is not the true history of the American dogs. This is a misconception. This is a lie. This is slanderous. So again, Pablo Barber, well-renowned, supposedly historian of the breed, also said that in Italy they were fighting the dogs. I read the Neapolitan Mastiff history. I gave you the author, the name of the book, and etc. in a video. And it showed that the dogs were fighting dogs. It also said that they were, talking about the Neapolitan Mastiff now, that they were used as a butcher's dog, a night guardian, and basically a farm utility dog. So at the end of the day, it's like, this stuff is totally insane and bullcrap. No Presa Canarios were bred to Corsos. Now, were there Corsos bred to Presa Canarios to make better Presa Canarios? Yes. Were there Neapolitan Mastiffs bred into Presa Canarios to make them better and bigger? Yes. Were the Pit Bulls used to make the Presa Canario a little bit better? Yes. Like, yo, the Satilli Bulldog, really? I never heard that expression before. So that's a lie. Then, you know, like I said, the made-up stuff. Now, the band dog situation, to a certain extent, yeah, it was. Like Satilli Jr. had some hunting bulldogs that he was using. So what ended up happening is that when Mike's dad divorced his ex-wife, Mike's stepmom, Kathy, they separated. Kathy took some of Mike's band dogs and she crossed them into the Masterpiece line because she took over the kennel and bred them to the original, some of the original dogs. Kathy didn't exist in the breed for a very long time. Matter of fact, I don't even think probably like 2 years, if that. So her breedings didn't spread out much at all. You know what I'm saying? So them band dog crosses and etc. didn't have no real say-so in the direction of the American Corso. Because you had other breeders too that were breeding lots of these dogs. Lots and lots of these dogs back then. So, again, and when Tracy Wilson took over, Nancy Wilson, excuse me. And when she took over Kathy's kennel, she didn't stay long. So, that blood didn't really primarily go really nowhere. So, and then again, like I said, with the Rottweiler crossing, it was done one time. No pointed dogs was done with that breeding. Everybody used fawn dogs. They took that first litter and bred into the gene pool and moved forward, and that was it. So, one small little bit of Rottweiler, and you want to make federal cases of it, let's talk about the Rottweiler. The Rottweiler is a Roman dog. It's a Roman descendant dog. When the Romans came into Germany, they brought them dogs with them. Rottweiler came pretty much in the colors of the Corso comes in today. Back when, 200 years ago. The Germans decided to come up with the pointed standard and make the dogs uniformly like that. But if you line breed, inbreed on certain lines, you're going to get funny color codes. You get blue pointed dogs, you get red pointed dogs, you get red dogs. It happens. And Rottweilers. Not that the Rottweiler is mixed, is that, it's in its DNA. So again, the bulletin boxer also is in a boxer, but the boxer was reconstructed. The boxer was a Germany fighting dog. It also was a butcher dog too when it was a bulletin boxer. But as the Englishmen and the Germans were intermingling, and again, a lot of these gentlemen were fighting dogs. So the bull terrier went inside the gene pool. The English bulldog, a lot of it went inside the gene pool. Dalmatians went inside the gene pool. Some other breeds as well. So again, if you take those traditional boxes, right, them old school boxes in the Dave recovery, not even recovery, Dave construction. And if I show you those dogs and show you Barcia, they look identical alike, which is telling me that, again, the Italian enthusiasts that created this stuff were lying to you. They basically lied. I got evidence to prove, and I'm going to read that too. Like, I'm going to go in and read that, so this way everybody have an understanding of that. But with, like I said, with the American dogs are primarily, the components of it is a traditional kind of depressor, bred to a show kind of depressor. The Neapolitan Mastiff is a kind of depressor. So, like, yo, so you got a show variety and the traditional variety bred together. Both dogs are made in Italy. So Mike Santilli didn't make the dog. He didn't make the breed. He bred the dogs. He was the spokesperson for the Corso. The Corso, the Neo, the kind of depressor, same dog, same damn name. Now they're different breeds, of course, because now everybody went to the fullest extreme to the situation. This is what the confusion is about, because everybody doesn't know the history. So this is why, like I said, at the end of the day, people spoke ill about Mike Santilli. They spoke ill about the first breeders. So this is why I was upset. I challenged these individuals. I didn't know about Barcia. I didn't know about Bullen. I'm not saying I'm an expert, but what I had to do was study. So I started studying. So I started researching. So all the research and all the information that I gathered, I gave up. But it seems like still a lot of people are still confused. So that means that the articles and stuff like that I've been giving y'all, a lot of you haven't been reading it. Or you just are lazy and just don't want to read it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read it to you. I'm going to read it to you. And then I'm going to post it underneath it. So now whatever I'm saying, you can verify of I ain't bull crapping and playing around and etc. But yo, 2017 is crunch time for the Corso. Like, for real, for real. We have to do the right thing by the breed. And again, the history aspect of it was told incorrectly. Incorrect. So now I'm giving you historian accounts of the breed, because a lot of things were misconstrued. Because the Italian enthusiasts, they'll jump up and they'll lie. They'll tell you a lot. They told a lot of fabrications about the American dogs. Jealous of Mike Santilli Sr. Jealous of that man. Jealous of him. Actually, if he would have lived, the standard of the Corso, far as here in America, would have been in better shape. I bet you the ICCF would have been in better shape on the aspect, and it probably wouldn't have been a whole bunch of influx of that bull crap that was allowed to come in, because that's detrimental to the breed. The epilepsy carriers are the Italian Corsos. Now you have a lot of enthusiasts that jump up and say, oh, well, you know that the Neapolitan Mastiff has epilepsy too. Well, where did he get it from? And I'm going to show and prove also too that Neapolitan enthusiasts was breeding boxers into the dogs and bred them boxer Corsos into their dogs. So this is where your epilepsy is coming from in the Neo. It came from the hybrid, the hyper Corsos, or straight up boxers. This is the truth. I'm going to show and prove. Like I normally do. Like, yo, like, it is what it is. But now it has to change, though. And again, if you have the big hulking, sloppy Neo with all the dewlaps and he's drooling all over the place and he's real huge, You don't have a proper Neapolitan Mastiff. That's not how the Neo was supposed to look. It's over exaggerated. That is not the breed in its traditional form. It should have never been allowed. So you don't have a pure Neo. That's like I said, all this stuff is misconceptions of greed. And this is the detrimental situation on the aspect of greed. Because greed will sidetrack you, and greed will make other people be the misconception of their concept. So when everybody tries to drop history, it's not an actual fact. So now, like I said, here I come along and I'm giving you the proper history, and then you want to defute, you want to argue, you want to call me all out my name, saying and all this other slanderous stuff, and you make yourselves look stupid. Because again, I'm going to bring the facts. Straight up and down. I'm going to bring the facts. Also, too, in 2017, I'm going to talk about them bloodlines that has an epilepsy in them. Because now, what I'm seeing in my research, and I do a lot of research, that there's a group of dogs in the corso, mostly Italian dogs. Well, all of them are Italian dogs. And these Italian dogs are coming off of the mainstream lines. Not the American dogs, the Italian dogs. And due to the fact that these individuals bred all types of non-traditional dogs in the dogs that have or are primarily epilepsy carriers, it is what it is now. And you guys ran over there not knowing and buying this crap. And now you messing up the gene pool. This is why there's an inconsistency of looks of the dog. Not with the American dogs. The American dogs have a consistency of look. I can show and prove that. I can show you 3 types of dogs that the American dogs produce. Looks. 3 types. I can show you some Italian dogs that all of these dogs don't look the same. And coming out of the same litters. Yo, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make it up. Like on some real stuff. What Mike Santilli Sr. did was ingenious. It was ingenious. He's a genius. He's a genius. Bravo to that man. He's supposed to be respected. All these other Italian enthusiasts, all that stuff was fraudulent. It was fraud. It was fraudulent. But again, America, you don't want to believe that. You don't want to believe that you was bamboozled by the Italian dudes over there overseas, though. And when I show you traditional dogs, traditional rustic-looking dogs, you have an issue with that. Those dogs are not like show dogs. Those dogs are like mutts and this and that and the third. And actually, on some real stuff, the dogs that are in the show ring, they're not moving the same. Their color, their coats, the texture of their coat is not doubled up. So this is indicating, too, that the dogs are not true corsos. But, again, the conception of this situation, we going to learn. We going to learn this year. We going to learn. And, like, a lot of you, not a lot of you, some of you, were calling me, my name, an ass clown. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm a joke in the corso. I'm going to show you how much of a joke Saladin Salam is. So with me saying that, because I got other videos to make, peace and blessings on this one, and I wish you well and do right by the breed. Peace.